Hello, this is Mary Bear Shannon. I am a reference librarian at the Haverford Township Free Library, and this is Kickin' Cooking in Quarantine. I know most of you are used to this being a Facebook Live presentation, but it just so happens I am not going to be available or around on Monday. So I thought I would do a pre-recorded Kickin' Cooking in Quarantine. Of course, I'm not also broadcasting from my kitchen. I am broadcasting from the library. But I did want to tell you about something that I have been cooking, and I wanted to share how I did it. But a couple of things before we start. Just wanted to remind everybody that we are still doing curbside pickup here at the library. It's really easy. All you have to do is go to our website and download our form and submit it, and some friendly librarians will put together your order and then give you a call so you can come pick it up. The other great news is that our catalog is working, so you can order books from other libraries. You can do that by either calling us to put in an order, or you can also go on like you normally do when you order holds online, and then just select request. So that's a great new addition. Lastly, we did expand our hours this last week. We do have some evening hours until 8 o'clock, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. And starting next week, July 11th, we'll be doing Saturday hours, trying to make it as convenient as possible for people to get a hold of their books, because we know people have been without for a long time. So anyway, we're glad to see you all again, more than just virtually and on video. And so we're just really glad for you all to use our curbside pickup. So just a couple of things about what I have been doing. It's super hot. I'm actually not videotaping this on Monday. I'm videotaping it on Friday, right before 4th of July, and it is super hot outside. And thinking about the holiday weekend, and the thing that immediately comes to my mind is ice cream. And so I was thinking about my ice cream maker, which I've had for about 10 years. I got it as an anniversary gift, and I have used it throughout the years. It's a great tool for the kitchen. It does not sit on my counter because it takes up too much room, and I don't have a lot of counter space. But I love to pull it out and put the tub in my freezer and make ice cream. So I wanted to show you a little bit about what I did. But before I get started, I'm always one to give you some quotes. So here's a couple of quotes that I came across before we start to talk about ice cream. So this is unknown, but there's nothing wrong with me that a little ice cream won't fix. That is not attributed. Charles Schulz, the creator of Peanuts, said, "Life is like an ice cream cone. You have to lick it one day at a time." Jesse Lane Adams says, "Ice cream is happiness condensed." And then lastly, this is unattributed, "Life is like a bowl of ice cream. It melts very quickly, so enjoy it while it lasts." And I definitely agree with that statement. So again, we're talking about ice cream today, and I am going to show you some pictures of what I made. And so I'm going to share my screen. And I'm going to show you what I did. Again, this is Kickin' Cooking in Quarantine. My name is Mary Bear Shannon. I'm a reference librarian at the Haverford Township Free Library. We've been doing Kickin' Cooking in Quarantine for the last couple of months. And again, today I am pre-recording this because I'm not going to be available on Monday. So what I did, thinking about the holiday weekend, was I made ice cream, and I actually used this cookbook, the Everything Ice Cream Gelato and Frozen Desserts Cookbook by Susan Wetzel. Of course, the Cookbook Club actually did this a couple of years ago, and I seem to recall I made rum raisin, which is one of my favorites from this cookbook. It is available here at the library, so you're welcome to check it out and use our curbside pickup service to order this book. And what I made was simple strawberry ice cream, which is also one of the favorites in my family. I think if I'm to press them in terms of their favorite flavor, most of the time they tell me strawberry. So I just wanted to tell you a little bit about how I did it. So the first ingredients is pureed fresh strawberries, 1 cup. So I just did this in my food processor, and I pureed it until it was a puree. The second thing I used was chopped and crushed fresh strawberries. I chopped these fairly small and then crushed about half of them, as you can see. And then the other strawberryness was a 1/4 cup of strawberry jam or preserves. So that's kind of the strawberry part of this. Then, of course, comes the cream. 2 cups of heavy cream and 2 cups of whole milk. Now, you can always cut the cream to make it lighter. You could use milk. You could use half and half. I guess you could use skim milk, but I think it'll have definitely a different consistency. But if you're trying to cut calories, that is definitely a place to do it. So you're really looking at about 4 cups of liquid. Then a pinch of salt and 3/4 of a cup of sugar. And they all go in a large mixing bowl. I covered it and put it in the refrigerator. You want those ingredients to be nice and cold for it to go into your ice cream maker. So, you know, and I did mine for a couple of hours. I think what's probably better is to do it overnight to make sure it's really chilled. And I guess that would be the other thing I would say about ice cream mixers is the tub that you freeze in your freezer. You want that in there for a couple of days. I made the mistake of only putting it in for about 12 hours, and I really had a hard time churning my ice cream. I think if you make sure it's your freezer is set to a really cold temperature. At first mine was 0, and then we set it to -8, and I think that was better. If you've never worked with an ice cream maker, they are great, but I think like I said, it has to be really cold in order for it to work. Then I'm going to show you a little bit of video taping of my ice cream maker. And you can see here that it is churning away. There is a top part if you need to add things to whatever recipe you're using. But that is my ice cream churning away. And mine is a Cuisinart. I think that there are a lot of really good ice cream makers out there. The Cuisinart, for me, has worked really well. Love to hear in the comments if you have an ice cream maker that you recommend. I did actually do some research with Consumer Reports. I actually noticed that they had not reviewed ice cream makers. At least I couldn't find the report. So, but I did see that America's Test Kitchen has done a review, but the library did not have the subscription. So maybe that's something we need to add to our subscriptions here is America's Test Kitchen. The other good news is that we do get Cook's Magazine. So that is something that once we reopen, you can order. And so once I had churned it, I did put the ice cream to firm up in my freezer again. And then here's the final product, my strawberry ice cream that I scooped up and was ready to eat. Again, I think that the more churning it is going to keep the ice crystals out, which is what you definitely want with ice cream. If you don't get it to churn properly, once it freezes, it will have ice crystals in it, and that's not what we want for ice cream. So anyway, that is what I did with ice cream. And again, sorry I am not with you live today, but I hope that everybody had a great 4th of July holiday, and I hope that you have fun making your own ice cream. So thanks for joining us, and have a great day.